This is Sheyann. When she was just a little girl, Sheyann was active in the civil rights movement. She was considered the youngest freedom fighter. Sheyann witnessed firsthand one of the bloodiest moments of the civil rights movement. It was a march in Selma, Alabama. Did you happen to be there?
For part of it, yeah.
And when the marchers were told that they couldn't cross the Edmund Pettus Bridge, they clashed with state troopers, and the attack was broadcast on television later that evening. And we're going to take a look at 8-year-old Sheyann with Dr. Martin Luther King explaining why she decided to march with the grown-ups. Take a look.
How you doing? Glad to see you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Why are you marching?
So we can be free and just, and so other people can be free, and so the troopers can't hit no one.
All right.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Very amazing.
Amazing.
And you were 8.
I was 8 years old.
So how did you end? You were actually in that march across the Edmund Pettus Bridge?
Yes, I was. Many threats had been made about the possibilities of what would happen on that particular day.
Were you with your parents? How did you get there?
No, I wasn't with my parents. As a matter of fact, my parents had warned me on many occasions, particularly on this occasion, not to be a part of that because they were very afraid. And for some reason, with me being in the midst of those people who were very determined with an attitude of readiness, I wanted to be there too.
Even at 8?
Even at that particular age, and I was.
So where were you when Dr. King was shot?
I was at home. I was coming home from Girl Scouts.
Wow.
And I remember walking into the door, and my parents and my sisters and brothers looked at me in a very unique way, and it was an expression of something had happened. And as they looked at me, before I can even ask the question about what was wrong, there was something that had come over the TV, and it said that Dr. King had been shot and killed. And immediately, I just bowed my head, and I ran to my mother and hugged her. And I thought about what Dr. King had taught us and how he had inspired us through the song of "Oh Freedom, oh Freedom over me, and before I be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free."
Can I make a fraction of a turn? I was listening to the women in Beloved the other day singing, and I was reminded, as we have been reminded in researching this century, how powerful song has been in the civil rights movement. Forever, we have a couple of wonderful characters who've just, when you used to go to jail, and you could be thrown in with any number of people in a prison, which couldn't accommodate the people who were there. And the power of song and created such unity and created such strength. And I just feel the two of you doing it right there.
Well, I almost started singing with you because doing Beloved, that is the song that carried me through that movie. That is the song. Oh, freedom. That is the song.